Hey everyone, I'm Torcaso, 412-559-2731. You know, I would normally do this on Facebook, but I noticed that Facebook and Facebook Live, well, they mess you up. So I am going to do what I wanted to do yesterday, but I'm going to do it today. I got to check something real fast. We'll confirm something. Okay. Just as I suspected. All right. So, as you watch this was filmed live August the 6th, 2024. Now, for those of you who don't like very long videos, you're going to want to watch this one. So, check this out. Watch it in 3 to 5 minute time slots. In other words, watch it, every day, every couple hours, whatever, from 3 to 5 minutes. Anyone who is 18 years old and older, you're going to want to watch this. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, some stuff you're going to see here that I don't like. But I recently was bedridden for 9 days in the hospital. Stuff does get out of hand when you can barely move. As I shoot this, you're going to see that I bob and jive a little bit, not like a boxer, but I move around. That's because what you don't know off camera, that the reason why I was sent to the hospital was extraordinary, off the charts. They did not have a scale for left leg, and left foot pain. From the very toes to all the way up the whole leg. How bad was the pain? Well, I'm going to throw out some things that I normally wouldn't. I tell people my business. Why should you listen? Because it just might be your business someday. Not what happened to me, but it could happen to you. First and foremost, my name is Torcaso, and I care about you. Doesn't matter if you're 18 or the oldest human. I must be drunk. I don't drink alcohol. You know what's in here? Live Good, Super Reds, and aminos. Yeah, it really is. Not advertising, just telling it like it is. I meant to say 18 to the oldest human being. Now, having said that, they have a scale from 1 to 10. I was sent about 2.5 weeks ago in the ambulance, but I was bedridden on the second floor of my house. I had 2 very strong male paramedics, or what have you. Yeah, paramedics. But I had to still, with their help, walk in extraordinary pain all the way from the top of my steps on the second floor to inside the ambulance. Well, I'm 60 years old. I like to tell people I'm 60 and nifty. I know it's kind of weak, but hey, when you get to be 60 or older, you might not care all that much. For all of you on TikTok, Instagram, influencers, famous people, I'm going to share something with you, possibly at the end of this video. You never know where. But I'm calling out Taylor Swift. What? Dude, are you crazy? My name is Torcaso. If Taylor Swift people want to give me a little old text, do it, 412-559-2731. If you're Samuel L. Jackson, then I got to work with the movie way back in the day. Or maybe Brendan Fraser, the guy from The Mummy, who just won an Oscar for something called The Whale. Yeah, you might have heard of those people. I got to meet them in real life and even act with them. The guy that played back in the day. Oh, y'all youngsters that are 18, you have to check it up on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube. Actor Martin Sheen got to be on the president in the movie, a TV series called The West Wing. Check it out. I got to work with a whole lot of famous people. So I'm going to call out some people. And I'm going to call you out, 18-year-old, 28-year-old, 98-year-old with their faculties, I'm calling you out. Who am I? And why should you listen? You'll find out. And you're going to want to listen. No. I'm not one of those arrogant people. Because guess what? All the glory goes to God. Me? I'm a messenger. No, not from God. This isn't the Blues Brothers 2000 or earlier. You have to go to YouTube to understand that statement. Let me tell you what it is. You see, I'm really calling you out, Taylor Swift, because I like you. Samuel L. Jackson, I will be calling your people. I will get the number, and I will call your people. Now, why am I calling out all these famous people? Oh, famous politicians, former presidents, William Jefferson Clinton, George H.W. Bush, yes, Mr. President, Barack H. Obama, and vice presidents. I wrote to you and got answers from 4 of you. Unfortunately, my condolences to you, Mr. President George H.W. Bush. But originally, I wrote to your father about being the first heart patient in the space shuttle. Back in the day, there was a space shuttle, for all y'all that don't know. I wanted to be the very first heart patient. And I was informed by the White House and whoever was writing for the president, George W. Time out! H.W., the dad. They told me that the first non-astronaut was going to be, and I knew years before most people, was going to be a teacher, most likely. So that was when I wrote to the President of the United States, George H.W. And then, of course, some of you know that William Jefferson Clinton, Bill Clinton, well, he was the next gentleman that became the president. Now, unfortunately, and no offense to you, Mr. President, if you ever hear this, but you got me angry because you cheated on your wife. I wasn't mad like a lot of the country because you did it while you were in the White House. I guess I should have been. But for me, personally, you don't cheat. So all you players out there, you think you're cool? I'm sorry to tell you, that's just not cool. If you don't like the lady you're with or the man you're with, let them know. Find somebody new. But don't do that to people. It's wrong. I've been with my girlfriend since 1982, and no, I am not joking. Do you know I never once cheated on her? But getting back to calling out the famous people, presidents, athletes, Magic Johnson, calling you out. Let me see. Michael Jordan, you invest in a lot of stuff, calling you out. Shaquille, my man O'Neal, calling you out. Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, anybody and everybody, and all of you worldwide. I don't care if you're 18, I don't care who you are. I'm going to throw down something you need to know, the truth, and nothing but the truth about. All of you need to either get into Live Good and don't run. I'm going to tell you something. You miss this, you're going to want to slap yourself. Sort of like this. I ain't going to really do it. I used to do it on TV. When you slap yourself, it hurts. The Three Stooges, if you ever watched it, that stuff hurt. I found that out. I read about some stuff. They went through some for real serious pain. They even had concussions, and you just don't want to know. So why am I calling you out and telling possible presidents of the United States they should get involved? Yes, Mr. Presidents, First Ladies. Why? Why would I say Live Good is all that? Well, Mr. Presidents, Taylor Swift, Brendan Fraser, all of you, and all of you influencers. Live Good is changing lives globally. No lie. Not only are they changing lives, but they're working to help improve lives. Now, everybody that knows is going to hear some bad stuff about Live Good. But do you know the truth? And I'm going to tell you, no, you don't. I love you. So I'm going to tell you. You might wonder, who is this guy? And why do I have a right? Why would I listen to him? Well, let me throw down. You know, I just mentioned President Barack H. Obama. Well, what I didn't tell you is I had a TV series for 19 years, Humanity Matters Live. In 2008, he was Senator Barack Obama. Came to Pittsburgh. I was there as press, covering the actual real president. Well, future president of the United States of America. Now, I believe I still have some of that footage, possibly on YouTube, but I was there. My girlfriend, Annette Mendel. Now, I'll go ahead and say it, Annette Mendel. Well, she wanted to go. But I told her, the Secret Service doesn't just let anybody in. If you're not media and you're not invited, you're not going. You want to go? You have to do some journalism or be part of my team. Well, let's just say that she wasn't always a Christian. She wasn't always G or even PG rated. I said, well, hey, you don't want to go, stay home. But I'm going. I got my credentials directly from, well, I'm not going to say from where, but I was actually okayed by the Secret Service. Yes. Now, I don't tell you that because I'm all that in a bag of chips, in case you're Taylor Swift's people. See, it's all about God. I tell you that to give you a little background about who I am. You can look me up on Google under Albert, then your space, Albert, then my last name, Torcaso, Torcaso. You can look me up on YouTube and a few other places. But let me warn you, if you go into Google, I'm going to warn you about something. No, I'm not trying to be Mr. Cole. All the glory goes to God. I'm just a messenger. What I'm going to warn you, and I'm not joking, you may get a lot of links. A whole lot of links. And I was even surprised back in the day, first time I started seeing them. Now, I don't know how, but in the past, I was linked to multiple presidents. Can't explain it. Doesn't make any sense to me. But I know that one of them was President Obama. If the president's people ever hear this, I don't know how. I cannot tell you. I had nothing. I did not have anything to do with it. For anybody in the U.S. government, I didn't have anything to do with it. Talk to Google. I'm serious. If you have questions, because I still have some questions, ladies and gents, talk to Google. Now, for those of you who do not yet know, you can even put my name in Google and do what they call an image search under Albert Torcaso. You're likely going to find some pictures of me on my TV series, possibly of Annette and some co-host and former co-host. You see, when I say I was a TV talk show host, I was. I still will be. But what you don't know is that it was all about you. Even before you were born, it was about your parents. I started in 2004. Now, why am I calling out all these wonderful, famous people? Because you, sir, or you, ma'am, and you, Samuel L. Jackson, you hold a lot of credit, a lot of legitimacy. If you get your team to look over Live Good, I believe you're going to tell people about it. But let me share with you why. Now see, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you a little bit of the story. So if you want to watch the next episode, maybe you want to break it down every 5 minutes, I'm cool with that. But you need to know what you need to know, especially if you're 18 years old. Because by the end of this, whatever you want to call it, message, I'm going to teach you how to become automatically rich. Well, I'm not actually going to teach you. A guy named David Bach actually wrote a book. I'm going to tell you about the book. Now, I suggest you either get it in paper form, find it on YouTube, or maybe an audio, type audio, audible.com or something like that. This is legitimate. So, for those of you that hang in, I'm going to teach you how to get rich. And let me kind of shock you a little bit, just a little bit. You could be working at a big box store, and this can work for you. Now, it may take 5 to 30 or more years, depending on how much you put in at a time. But I'm going to tell you something. There's one chapter with this older couple, also known as senior citizens. And David thought during their lifetime, they lived so modestly, he thought, well, maybe they saved $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever. But I'm going to give you some breaking news. They didn't. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much they saved, but I will tell you, it was over $1 million. He was shocked. But how did they do it? You'll learn in the book or the audio. But they did it. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, that can't work for me. I'm working at a big box store. It can work for you. Oh, it can work for you. And I promise you, I will tell you about it later. We need to get back to live good because your life matters. So if you're famous, why on earth would you listen to a guy with a bald head living in a house that looks like this? Because this, my friends, is the illusion. This ain't my final destination with God's mighty help. And I'm hoping it's not yours. Obviously not my house, but I mean, wherever you are financially, you might not have to be there. So let me tell you what Live Good isn't. Before I tell you what it is, Live Good is not a wellness company. Right now, almost every one of our products are wellness products. Live Good is not a wellness company. Here's what Live Good is. You may have heard of Sam's Club, Costco, little old website online called, Jiminy Crickets. No, not Jiminy Crickets. It's called Amazon. I'm sure you all heard of it. Yes, I'm being kind of facetious. But seriously, they're all membership clubs. If you're on Amazon, you can get a Prime membership. By the way, for disclosure, I have one. I pay about $16 every month. I have a membership at Costco. I have a membership at a newer club called BJ's Warehouse. And I used to have one at Sam's. I am going to get it back at some point. But of all those memberships, the only one that has an affiliate program that you, ma'am, at 18 or whatever age you are, and you serve, you can actually become an affiliate. And since I'm mentioning famous people, and since I'll probably be